Everybody, and welcome. It is the Essence, and today I'm gonna be doing another NBA mock draft. This is gonna be pre-lottery results being revealed, when we'll see, who's gonna get each pick in that top 15 area. I wanted to get one of these out before that, just so I can grade these prospects again, see how I've, changed my mind about them over time, because even in these last few weeks, there's certain guys that my opinion has changed on them, sometimes drastically, sometimes not that much, and I just want to get this out before the lottery results are revealed. And when the lottery results are revealed, I will do another mock draft. And yeah, it's draft season, man. I'm super excited. I'm real into the draft. This is mostly what this channel is about. I will do normal NBA coverage. I'm planning on doing a video that is just about the first round of the NBA playoffs very soon. But for the time being, we're going to be mostly focused on draft stuff, and that is what today's video is going to be. Now, we're only doing the first round because I don't want to do a whole motherfucking 2-round draft. Like, that would just take forever. So, we're just going to get right into this first round. We're going to do standard. Well, there's going to be no auto pick because I'm going to be picking for all the teams. Sure. I wish we could use both of these. I'm gonna go with no ceilings, I guess. Why can't you use both? Whatever. Let's start the draft. The Jazz get the first overall pick. And this is really easy. I mean, this is super easy. Cooper Flag is the pick. He's the go-to. He's the guy that anyone in this position is taking. It's not really even about team fit at this point. If Cooper Flag is on the board, you take him. Even though right here it says that their needs don't really show that they would need a player like Cooper Flag. This shit isn't the most accurate, by the way, like with the team needs. So I'm going Cooper Flag first overall. I think you all expected that. I mean, I don't think anyone's mock draft has Cooper going anywhere lower than first overall. So easy pick for me in my opinion. So let's get on to the second overall pick where it gets a little more interesting. But in my opinion, I think this is a pretty simple decision. Dylan Harper is insanely talented. He is one of the best guards that we have seen come out of the draft in a while. He reminds me of Cade Cunningham so much. And even though, you might say the Wizards have the guards of their future with Bub Carrington, which I fucking love Bub Carrington, by the way. And some of the other guys that they've picked up. They also have Malcolm Brogdon on their team, which I don't know how much longer he'll be on there. But overall, you see, they got A.J. Johnson too, which I know a lot of people are really high believers in him. I think he's pretty good, but I don't think he's like the future of their franchise. One thing that you'll notice about all of these guards, they aren't very good at getting to the rim. That is Dylan Harper's MO. He gets to the rim at an insane rate and shoots like 70% at the rim. Like, it's utter insanity how good Dylan Harper is at getting to the rim. And that's why I feel like this is the perfect pick for them. Like, Dylan Harper and Bub Carrington can be in the same backcourt and coexist very well, in my opinion. And I think this is just more and more of the Wizards, even though they're one of the worst teams in the NBA right now, their future is unbelievably bright. Like, if I'm a Wizards fan, which I don't really think there is a lot of Wizards fan, I don't see them, they're not very vocal, I would be really happy with just how everything is shaped out for the Wizards. Like, they got rid of the worst contract in the NBA, which was Bradley Beal. They got Jordan Poole. He wasn't working out for a bit, and now he's really taking a step, and he's actually pretty good. The thing is that when you take Dylan Harper, I think you got to trade Jordan Poole, but I don't even think that's that bad of a thing. You could get some good value for Jordan Poole. They also got rid of Kyle Kuzma, which is a player that they've been trying to get rid of for a fat minute. So overall, Dylan Harper is just the perfect pick here. And I feel like if you're a Wizards fan, man, you got to be really excited for these next couple of years because they got a lot of really really special young talent. Alex Sarr, Keontae George, Bub Carrington, all amazing players. I love Bilal Coulibaly. Really great shit. And then, you add Dylan Harper on top of that. It just gets that much better, man. But anyway, we're going to be moving on to the Hornets. And this is very interesting right here. Ace Bailey is a very contentious pick at this position, because if you ask any Hornets fan, they're like, we do not need another motherfucker that doesn't pass and just shoots a lot of bad shots. They basically got Ace Bailey light and Brandon Miller. It's not a great fit there. They say that they need a point guard, but overall I don't really think that really tracks that much. LaMelo's your point guard. I think that's pretty set in stone at this point. Now, they do need wing defenders, in my opinion, and you could go VJ Edgecombe here. Maybe you go and try to help out that center depth with Jusuf Nurkic being your backup center. Not the best, not the best situation. I don't know how much longer Mark Williams is going to be there, but I feel like Derek Queen and Kaman Malawach they're a bit of a reach at this position, in my opinion. I feel like you gotta just go with the guy that's gonna be giving you the best skills for what you lack, and that is perimeter defense and just hustle and rebounding and just overall just grit. The Hornets don't got guys like that. They don't got good role players, athletic role players. You know what I mean? They got fucking Trey Mann, and I love Trey Mann, but Josh Green and all these guys here, Miles Bridges. It's time to give up on Miles Bridges. All these guys, they're not the best fit. Miles Bridges is a good fit next to LaMelo, but Grant Williams is absolutely an awful fit next to LaMelo. But usually I feel like they put Brandon Miller at this fourth spot, or even at the 2, but I feel like you got to go VJ Edgecombe here. At 3, some people might say, oh, is that a bit of a reach? I don't think so. If you're the Hornets, this is kind of the guy that makes the most sense. You might say, oh, I want to reach for upside, but I feel like if you're the Hornets right now, you're really just trying to build a cohesive roster, and shooting for upside right now, you're just putting yourself in position to just continuously be a bad team for years to come. I feel like VJ Edgecombe is the best fit for them right now. I feel like he'll come in, make an instant impact. I feel like he could start right away, and he brings pretty much everything that they need, and that's athleticism, rebounding, defense, just a guy who plays really hard. So I love VJ Edgecombe here at number 3 for the Hornets. So that's who I'm going to take there. All right, next pick, 4th overall pick, we have the Pelicans. Okay, now this is very interesting right here. They definitely need a point guard, okay? They got fucking, where is he? CJ McCollum he's been frying motherfuckers too. It's not like CJ McCollum's bad by any means, but you gotta get that point guard of the future. Center is also a very high need, and I think that Derek Queen and Zion could fit very well together, but I'm not going to go that direction, even though, looking at their center depth, it is really bad, but Yves Messi is absolutely a great player and someone who I think could be their starting center for years to come, so I'm not really that high on taking a big man here. I'm taking Jeremiah Fears. Jeremiah Fears is an absolute bucket. He's an elite playmaker. He's only 19 years old, and he just fits the timeline, I feel like, of this Pelicans team. They're not really in a space to win, even though you have Zion and you have all these other really good role players. They're not really in that position to win yet. Trey Murphy and Herb Jones are guys that would get a fucking insane trade haul from more competitive teams, because they need guys like that, but they're stuck on the Pelicans. I feel like Jeremiah Fears could come in and just be that facilitator type point guard for them. He's an elite passer, and he doesn't have to do too much scoring either, with all this help and this defensive help as well. I feel like Jeremiah Fears is the easy pick here at 4 for me. I really wasn't thinking about taking pretty much anyone else at this position. Jeremiah Fears is one of the guys that I have the highest belief in, and I just feel like you got to take him here at number 4. All right, my 76ers. So this is very interesting. This is my team. If you didn't know, I'm a huge Sixers fan, and this year was tough. So if this is how the draft turns out, I would be extremely ecstatic that we got the 5th overall pick and didn't lose our pick. And I feel like this is a pretty easy pick. You go and get fucking Paul George's replacement. You go and get a guy who can play power forward. Maybe you were a little worried about, like the rebounding and defense has been so bad on this team for years now. And maybe you want to go in a different direction there because Ace Bailey doesn't really provide that. I think he's a really good defender, but you don't draft Ace Bailey because of his defense. But in my opinion, Ace Bailey's the perfect fit for the Sixers. If the Sixers got Ace Bailey, I would be so hyped. Like, I don't think y'all understand. Even if we were asked the next year, I have so much belief in Ace Bailey that he's going to be an absolute star in the NBA. I feel like the NBA fits his game, like, perfectly. So, this is an easy pick for me right here. I'm taking Ace Bailey 5th overall. All right, to the Sixers. Okay, next is the Brooklyn Nets at number 6 here. This is very interesting because they really went on a run to end the season this past year. Like, they were really locking guys up, but when you look at their roster, this is just like some of the most like insane, like just random guys all thrown onto a team. You got DeAnthony Melton here, D'Angelo Russell, Zaire Williams, Daron Sharp. Noah Clowney was having some really good games. So was Trendon Watford. But, like, I don't know. I don't really think, like, Nets fans are buying into those guys as their future, and which I wouldn't either. I do think that they maybe need to go for some guards. I feel like Cam Thomas will be gone. I feel like Cam Johnson will be gone. I feel like D'Angelo Russell might be gone, so maybe going for that guard type of player is a good look for them here, but I also like some of the forwards that they could take. Nipple is a great option. They do need shooting pretty desperately, and I feel like the rest of the guys on the roster make up for what he lacks defensively. And not size-wise, just athletic-wise. He's not the most athletic guy on the planet. But you could also maybe even go defensively. I've seen Colin Murray Boyles be taken at this kind of spot, which I wouldn't do, but I see the vision, you know what I mean? But I feel like the best pick for them here is probably going to have to be Trey Johnson. He really just offers that upside plus that, like, he could fit onto this roster pretty much immediately. They got a lot of guys who move the ball around, like D'Angelo Russell and Cam Johnson can really take that attention off of him. Now, Cam Johnson and Trey Johnson on the same team, or Cam Thomas and Trey Johnson on the same team, sorry, could be a little whack, but I feel like right here, this is the best pick for them to go with. I mean, I like Derek Queen a lot. He's one of the guys I'm the highest on, but I just don't think he fits well next to Nick Claxton at all. So I'm going to go with Trey Johnson here at number 6, he's a very contentious prospect right now, but I believe in Trey Johnson a lot. And I feel like even with the worries that people might be like, oh, who's going to pass him the ball? This offense is going to have no playmaking. He can pass decently, and I feel like these other guys can pass as well. They just need guys to pass to. Trey Johnson is a guy to pass to. I'm taking him 6th overall to the Nets. All right. Next up, we have the Toronto Raptors, and this is a pick that is very interesting because, as you can see, they have so many needs, as this thing says. Even though this thing isn't the most accurate, it is true. They have a lot of areas that they could fill in, and the main one I've seen is Kaman Malawach. He's an insanely big tall, lengthy center with good touch, speed. He's fast. He's fast for a 7'2" guy. And he's shown flashes that he can shoot. I feel like this is the perfect pick for them. They could develop him alongside all these other guys. He fits into their defensive culture. I would also think about taking Derek Queen here, but I'm more higher on Kaman Malawach at this position. Even though there's some weird shit about his visa, I don't know nothing about that. That's mad weird. If he ends up not being able to play in the NBA, that'd be crazy. But I'm gonna take Kaman Malawach here at number 7 to the Raptors. I feel like it's just a perfect fit, and I think he would really bring a lot of impact to the Raptors right away, which is what they need. So, and they need a center. Their center's old. Jakob Poeltl. Well, he's not super old, but he's not your future. Okay, Kaman Malawach can be your future. So, I'm taking Kaman Malawach here at 7. Okay, Spurs at number 8. This is like a fucking dream pick. Like, if this ends up how it is, I feel like Derek Queen and Wemby would be one of the most insane fucking, oh my god, those two guys on the floor at the same time, bro. Holy shit, you could be doing Wemby, Derek Queen pick and rolls. Like, this is, I feel like, the perfect fit for Derek Queen, because Derek Queen's not the most stretchy big. He's not, he can shoot, but he hasn't really, shown that many flashes as a shooter. That's kind of the big worry about him, is that, he's not the best athlete. He's not, his wingspan isn't the best. He's not really that good at defense, but he's extremely skilled passing the ball, and he's an extremely skilled ball handler, and he really just has insane feel. And I feel like next to Wemby literally makes up for everything that Derek Queen doesn't have. And then Derek Queen makes up for some stuff Wemby doesn't have. Like, Wemby's not the best passer all the time, and Derek Queen can add to that. I feel like this is the perfect power forward next to Wemby. Like, this is literally perfect, I'm taking Derek Queen here at number 8, and this is what I hope happens. Like, I hope the fucking Spurs get Derek Queen. That shit would be awesome, in my opinion. Anyway, next up. This is crazy. Phoenix's pick ends up being the Rockets' pick. They get the number 9th pick in the draft, even though they're in the playoffs right now, which is just insane for them. This is just great if you're a Rockets fan. I feel like there's a lot of ways you could go here. I'm definitely not going to draft a center here. Colin Murray-Boyles would be kind of interesting, Kasparis or Jace Richardson are also options, as they do need a lot of guard help. Like Fred VanVleet, don't really think he's going to be around for that much longer on the Rockets. I mean, maybe in the league. He's old, He's just, I don't like little guards like that, But I feel like one thing that they lack extremely hard, and they still have Reed Shepherd. Like, I feel like they still believe in Reed Shepherd. It's just straight up shooting. It's just straight up off ball guys that can catch and shoot, and that's exactly what Colin Knueppel is. I feel like this is the move to go with if you're the Rockets. I feel like it's a win now kind of guy. You know what I mean? Because he'll come in and just instantly be a fucking insane green light behind the three-point line, and that's what you need. You need better spacing. You need guys who can knock down threes at a consistent rate. That's what Colin Knueppel brings. And, you got all these ball handlers, and you got all these guys that have high usage, like Jalen Green and Alperen Sengun. Colin Knueppel fits right in. I feel like you can run him with Jabari Smith Jr. too. I really like this pick for Houston. The rich get richer. Even they're not super rich, but you know what I mean? Like, they're in the playoffs, and they get a really good prospect in Colin Knueppel. Really good shooting prospect. So if you're a fucking Rockets fan, man, you should be happy. Anyway, on to the Trailblazers. Very interesting team. They really surprised me this year. They were really good. when a lot of people weren't even paying attention to them. And they have a very unique roster. This shit's so out of whack. This is not what their roster be looking like. But yeah, like Shaden Sharp's their shooting guard. They have Anthony Simons, but I feel like Scoot Henderson's going to take that point role. And then they have Denny Avdia. He has the ball all the time. And you could see that the weakest position here is center. I mean, you got DeAndre Ayton, but he's not the best, and I just never really have liked DeAndre Ayton that much. But in my opinion, I feel like the best move for them here is just getting a really good defender, a really good just off-ball player, because I don't feel like they need guards. I'm a huge Shaden Sharp believer. I still believe in Scoot Henderson. Denny Avdia has really taken a step. So I feel like they just need a guy who can provide more of that defensive intensity, more of that defensive, size and skill, which they have Tumani Kamara, but, he's not, he's more of a power forward. I feel like they need, like, a wing defender. And, well, actually, no, the guy I'm about to pick could fit next to Tumani. Like, he could be the power forward and Tumani could be the small forward, and you could just move everyone down, or you could even, you can't start this guy at center. Yeah, that's just not happening. But I'm going to take Colin Murray Boyles here at 10. I'm not the biggest believer in this guy. I don't think he'll be good offensively like so many other people do. He's too much of a back to the basket player. But on the Trailblazers, I feel like he fits very well. He fits like super well because he doesn't need the ball at all. He might fuck up the spacing a bit. The spacing will be kind of iffy on this team, I feel like. But I feel like you gotta go with Colin Murray Boyles here. He's probably one of the best players available besides the guards. And I don't really think they need guards. So I'm going to go Colin Murray Boyles here at 10. Yeah, I think this is a good pick for them. They really needed defense, and this guy is all defense. And he's a versatile guy. You know what I mean? Like, he's a power forward, but he's also kind of a wing. But he played center, too, at 6'7". Apparently he's not 6'7". Motherfuckers keep telling me, oh, he grew. I'm like, where's the proof? But anyway, yeah, at 10, we're taking him. Okay, the Dallas Mavericks at 11. Very interesting pick here after trading Luka. I don't know why this says center need is severe. That's just not even accurate at all. Like, it's not accurate. Like, they don't really need a center. They have they have a riches of center. They have Anthony Davis, Daniel Gafford, and Derek Lively. So, no, they do not need a center. I don't know why it says that. There's a couple directions I feel like could go in here. Like, Kasparas Yakachonis makes sense, I guess. He's another overseas. He's not overseas playing college, but, he's a European guard. You need guard depth. The guard depth is really bad. So he could come in. Maybe they believe in, like, Max Christie or something to be their guard of the future. So this is, yeah. I feel like you take Kasparas here. He brings a lot of playmaking feel. He's like a pass-first guard. And I feel like he would fit very well with all these really talented centers and shooters. And he's a great shooter himself. I'm going to take Kasparas Yakachonis here at 11. I've taken him for the Mavericks, I think, in most of my drafts, so that's just kind of been what I've been going with for them. Even though maybe they could use a wing or something, but I don't know about taking Nick Clifford this high. That was the other guy I was thinking about. But anyway, next up we got the Chicago Bulls at 12. This shit says they damn near need everything, which is funny. Who knows if Josh Giddey's going to be around next year? Very interesting, for sure. Like the roster here, I feel like it's going to go Josh Giddey point guard, Kobe White shooting guard, Montes small forward. So power forward and center, I feel like, are the biggest areas of need for them, and I feel like maybe maybe somebody like Rasheer Fleming here, maybe Carter Bryant. Asa Newell's definitely a guy to think about. Are they really in win now mode? Like, if they're in win now mode, you take Nick Clifford, but like they're not in win now mode. You know what I mean? I gotta go. I gotta go. But I feel like Rasheer Fleming is just like, he's just like Patrick Williams. So I don't really think I want to go with that. I think I'm gonna go with Asa Newell. Even though I'm not like super high on Asa Newell, I don't think he's like extremely good or anything. He kind of just fits what they need. Like they need big guys. They don't got big guys, okay? Fucking this power forward rotation is really bad and the center rotation isn't much better. I've never liked Vucevic. Like, I can't believe he's still on the Bulls. I think I'm gonna go with Asa Newell here at 12, which is I think the highest I've ever taken him. But this is just kind of how it's shaped out here. Because I just Carter Bryant, Rasheer Fleming, Igor Demon, just not really guys that I feel like fit on this team as much. So I'm gonna take Asa Newell here at 12. Okay, the Atlanta Hawks. This is interesting because it says they need a center and they've been kind of just rocking out with Onyeka Okongwu, which is a guy I really like, and you can kind of see that the shooting guard position is a bit lacking as well. But I feel like the move here is Rasheer Fleming. I feel like Rasheer Fleming and Trae Young would fit so well together. Um, Rasheer Fleming can shoot. He's hyper athletic. He plays defense. I feel like this is kind of a win in all areas if you're the Hawks. I feel like this is a great guy to get here at 13. Okay, the Spurs pick again. And I feel like here we're going to address some of their guard woes. Like, they have guard rotate. Like, De'Aaron Fox is great, but then Chris Paul is definitely not going to be around after next year. Stephon Castle's a shooting guard. I don't know why he's in this. So you basically have Jordan McLaughlin at shooting guard. So they kind of need wings too. Like, you could think about going with Nick Clifford. I feel like Nick Clifford would, offer a lot for them as well. But I think I'm going to go with Jace Richardson. Jace Richardson's an insanely talented point guard. I love pretty much everything about his game except for his size. But I feel like being on such a big roster like the Spurs will make up for this, and he will just, be able to learn from Chris Paul, be able to learn from De'Aaron Fox. He'll be a great, off the bench option for them. And then maybe eventually he could take those reins, maybe even, be a starting guard next to Fox. Who knows? But I feel like this is the best pick for them to get. He's a great shooter as well. So Jace Richardson, I feel like, fits very well on the Spurs. Anyway, 15th pick, the Thunder. Okay, the Thunder just get richer, man. A fucking top 15 pick. So this is interesting. I feel like they need like big man depth. Thomas Sorber's very, very interesting here. It's got interesting guy to go with. But I also feel like they really need that like power forward type of guy because you got Kenrich Williams and Ousmane Dieng, which they don't even really play Ousmane Dieng like that, but they usually run this like two big lineup. I feel like you kind of gotta go with a small forward type of player. And I feel like the most win now guy for them would be Nick Clifford. He just brings shooting, defense, passing. He's just an overall great field player, has great size. He's very experienced. I feel like he'll go and be a pretty instant contributor for the Thunder. Okay, next pick, 16 by the Magic. They need shooting. They just need shooting. They need shooting extremely bad. And I feel like the best shooter available here is gonna be Liam McNeely. He also fits their size, like they're a very big team. I could also go with a guard here, but the guard depth isn't the best. I really, really like LeBaron Philon, but I don't know if he's really the guy that you go for here. I feel like they more so need the shooting because you already got like Paulo and Franz are basically your point guards already. So I feel like you kind of got to go with Carter Bryant's also a really good option. You know what? Actually, I'm changing my mind. I'm going Carter Bryant here at 16. He just offers way more athleticism, way more. His frame is way better. He's young. He's shown a lot, and I feel like he'll be playing a similar kind of style of basketball to how he was at Arizona, just kind of being a role player kind of guy, which he was great at. So I'm gonna take Carter Bryant here at 16. Okay, the Minnesota Timberwolves. I feel like you kind of need guard depth, but people haven't really, given up on Rob Dillingham. But Mike Conley is definitely a guy that won't be around much longer. You know what I mean? This is interesting because they also need like wings for the most part. Um, and I feel like a guy that would a guy that would really help them is Liam McNeely, like just a straight up shooter. That's pretty much all he's got good size. He's got good passing feel. He actually dribbles the ball a lot more than I thought he did. When I watched this film, I was like, damn, he's actually a ball handler for real. So I'm going to take Liam McNeely here at 17. I think this is a pretty good pickup for them. They need shooting, and I feel like he fits pretty well on their roster. And all the other guys can make up for his lack of defense. So I think that's a good pick for them. Okay, now we got the Wizards here at 18. This is very interesting. We already took Dylan Harper, so I'm not thinking about taking a guard here. I feel like this is where you go Noah Asunge. He's so fucking. I love Noah Asunge. I think he's so good. I can't wait to see this motherfucker in the NBA. Maybe he sucks, okay? We see this a lot with these French guys, but I love Noah Asunge. I feel like he could fit right into this power forward position for them, right next to Alex Sarr. Um, and I think this is a good pick for them right here. A lot of people want them to get a center to go with Alex Sarr, but I feel like Alex Sarr he's not done developing, okay? You guys need to wait on him. He's going to get better at all the interior stuff. So I'm going to take Noah Asunge here at 18. I love this guy. He's really good, in my opinion. Okay, the Nets again. Oh, and they have like a bunch of picks in this first round, so we're gonna be seeing them a lot. This is interesting. I feel like these guards are gonna be gone, and you need more of a pass first guard. So I'm really thinking about going with LeBaron Philon here, or maybe Igor Demin is a good pickup for them. Maybe. Yeah, I think you go Igor Demin here. He offers size. He offers great passing. He started really hot as a 3-point shooter, then cooled way down, and then got hot again. So I believe his shooting. And yeah, I feel like he fits the kind of thing that the Nets need, and that's passing, and that's just overall just high feel players, and players that have size. Even though he's not the best defender, he has size. He can bring that to the table. And I feel like he can kind of fit in this role that, I feel like Cam Johnson will be gone and he can kind of fill that hole. So I'm going to go with Igor Demin here at 19. Okay, at 20, we got the Miami Heat. Very interesting pick here. They got a lot of stuff that they could go for here. Kello Ware, I feel like, is their center of the future. The power forward and small forward depth is kind of shit. And so's the shooting guard and point guard depth. Like, overall, the Heat need a lot of help, man. Like, this is... I could pick from every position here for the Heat. But I feel like you got to go with a guy that has decently high upside and also fits what your needs and is a guy that can also come in and play pretty fast, play right away. I think that's LeBaron Philon. LeBaron Philon is a guy that I absolutely love. I love his passing. He's an extremely high field player. He plays really hard defense. I feel like he would fit right, like just right in with the Heat. So I'm going to go LeBaron Philon here at 20. Okay, 21, the Jazz, who got Cooper Flag with the first overall pick. This is very interesting. I feel like you kind of just gotta go and get some more center depth. Like their center depth isn't the best. I feel like Kyle Filipowski. Oh, my bad. Okay, I feel like Kyle Filipowski is like their like power forward of the future, or This says he plays center, but I don't think he does. Shooting guard is also an area that is not the best. Well, wait. We took Cooper Flag, so Cooper Flag is gonna be a power forward. Cooper Flag's or the small forward. We'll put Cooper at small forward. We also have Taylor Hendricks, which was what happened to him, man? What happened to him? This is interesting because I was thinking about taking Thomas Sorber here, and I'm not entirely sure about that. But like, he could fit well next behind like Walker Kessler. And you can play Kyle Filipowski at the 4. But they also need a guard. They also need guards. I think I'm gonna go Thomas Sorber here. I really like Thomas Sorber. I think he's really fucking good, and yeah, he'll fit in on this roster. They need a backup center. Anyway, next pick we have the Hawks. Again, took Rasheer Fleming last time, and I feel like I'm gonna address more of the guard issues that they have, and this is interesting here. This is very interesting. Maybe a Adou Thiero. I really like a Adou Thiero. And, like, okay, so Rasheer Fleming would be playing the 4. Adou Thiero, could he fit in it? I don't really think he's not really like a shooting guard. They also played Dyson Daniels at shooting guard, so him, man, I feel like you go with a kind of a guard wing hybrid here in Will Riley. I really like Will Riley. Some things I don't like about him, but he's a great shooter. He's great size, can handle the ball pretty well, and I think he's a decent defender. So I'm going to take Will Riley here at 22. I feel like he can really, grow on the Hawks. He has upside for sure, and I feel like he fits some of the needs that they have. Like, he's basically a guard, but he's also basically a wing, and, they kind of need both of those things. Okay, anyway, 23rd pick, the Pacers. This is very interesting. I'm going to take Noah Penda here. I think Noah Penda is so fucking good. Like, he's a great passer, and he's an elite defender. He's super strong. That's what the Pacers need. I don't know how many times I've been watching this Bucks series, and they just get out-physicaled, man. Noah Penda, perfect for them, and he fits into their passing kind of play style. So I'm going to take Noah Penda there at 23. We have the Thunder again. Okay, interesting. So I took Nick Clifford. I feel like you gotta go with like a high upside pick here, maybe. With maybe I really don't like Ben Seraph. I'm gonna be honest. I am a Ben Seraph hater. But when you look at this, like their backup point guard options are really bad. Maybe Nolan Traore or Walter Clayton is a decent option. I feel like I gotta go. This is tough. This is a tough pick for the Thunder. I should trade it, but I don't know. I haven't really been doing trades for this. Maybe Yaxel Lindenberg would be interesting here. Or maybe Alex Condon would be also pretty interesting. They need big men. I feel like I actually... or Adou Thiero would be interesting. I'm going to go with Adou Thiero. I really like Adou Thiero. I feel like he has so much potential. He's an extremely athletic guy. He's big. He can dribble. He can shoot. I feel like he fits on the Thunder pretty well, and he could play for them damn near right away. And he fits that kind of power forward, small forward area where they have some needs. I'm not going with a guard here because every time I think about drafting a guard, Thunder fans are like, nope, Nikola Topic. Don't sleep on him. So I'm not going to sleep on him. I'm going to trust that Nikola Topic could eventually fill that role. Anyway, we have the Magic here at 25. Took Carter Bryant with the last pick. So I feel like we kind of got to go more guard type stuff. I really like Tyrese Proctor, but I don't think I'm going to take him here. They kind of just need a guy that can get buckets. Like, swear, like, they just need a guy that can get buckets. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's Tahad Pettiford. Like, Tahad Pettiford really gets buckets, man. And he's been an insanely good hooper all through high school. He was great at Auburn. I feel like he'd be in a similar role as he was at Auburn on this team. He's a really good athlete, really good ball handler. I gotta, but Walter Clayton's also a really good option here. I feel this is more of a win now team, so I'm actually gonna go with Walter Clayton here at 25. I feel like he fits more of their timeline. He's more of a win now guard. He's really great. He showed a lot in the tournament. He's only 22 too, and yeah, I feel like he can break down guys off the dribble, hit some threes, which the Magic need desperately. Anyway, we have the Nets again. This is interesting. I took Trey Johnson. I took Igor Demon, so we got a wing and we got a guard. So we're chilling on that front. I think so. This is a decent amount of ways that I could take this, but I'm gonna take Jean Beranger, a guy I really love, a super high ceiling player. This guy just started hooping, super young, and this is a guy that could just sit on the Nets and develop behind Nick Claxton, and then maybe eventually be, their future center. So I'm gonna take Jean Beranger there at 26, and then 27. You have another pick. I feel like you just go maybe get another high upside guy, or you get a. They got a lot of wings, so I don't really, feel like drafting a wing here. Hugo Gonzalez is very interesting. Yeah, I think I'd just take Hugo Gonzalez here, just a high upside guy, a very young guy that could develop, and yeah, I feel like he could fit in that wing room very well. Okay, 28th pick here for the Celtics, and it's a decent amount of ways that you could go with this, but I think I'm gonna take Ryan Kalkbrenner. I feel like he just like fits the Celtics like perfectly. Like, Alex Condon is definitely a decent option, but Ryan Kalkbrenner, the most Celtics player ever. I gotta take him for the Celtics. We have the Suns. Okay, this is super interesting. I like this team is gonna look weird next year. I feel like you gotta get a guard. I feel like you have to get a guard, and it's so tough. Or you have to get a center, but the centers they're just not that good. Like maybe Alex Condon or something like that. Oops, my bad. This is interesting. I'm really thinking about taking Tahad Pettiford here, as the guard room is just so bad, and Kevin Durant's gonna be gone, so they need everything, dude. They really just need everything. Like this is saddening to look at. Maybe Alex Condon. I'm really thinking about taking Alex Condon here. Um, hmm. I'm gonna take Alex Condon here for the Suns. He fits the power forward and center mold, and that's what they need desperately. He's big. He plays defense. He passes. I feel like he'd fit pretty well on this roster. And the last pick of the first round, we have the Clippers. I feel like you just gotta get young guys. If you're the Clippers, you just gotta get young guys. Maybe get a center, maybe get a power forward, even though that's not the best area of this draft. Maybe, but I feel like I don't even think Yaxel Landenberg is even gonna be in the draft. I feel like he'll just go back to college. I'm gonna go with Tahad Pettiford. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Tahad Pettiford here for them. They need guys that could shoot. They need guys that could break down people off the dribble. Guards like that. They could you know, maybe go get a center in the free agency or something. But Tahad Pettiford is I'm an extremely high believer in him, and I feel like they need young guys. They need young players. Tahad Pettiford come in, learn from James Harden, become a bucket. There you go, y'all. That is my first round mock pre-lottery. I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope y'all agree with me. If you don't, fucking tell me about it. Tell me why I'm wrong. I would love to hear it. This will definitely change though. I will be very unsurprised the next time I do a mock draft and it looks completely different from this. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. This is my picks. Tell me where you think I reached. Tell me where you think if you're a fan of one of these teams, you don't think that that's a good move for them. I would love to hear it. But yeah, This is the Essence signing out. I hope y'all enjoyed this mock draft video.